Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Thai Talk with Dan. Now, it's extremely hot in Thailand today. I've come out around about 12 o'clock now today in Thailand in the afternoon. And yeah, the sun is blazing. So I found a few trees to sit underneath to try to get some shade, so I'm not sweating my back out while I explain today's story. Today's story is a short story, and it's about a guy that's met a woman in Bangkok and he's having a long distance relationship with her. And there's some things that he doesn't understand. Now, before we kick off with today's story, I just want to tell everybody that over here in Thailand, the way Thai women choose a potential partner is due to their financial status. And most foreigners that can afford to come over here to Thailand and spend countless months here or even live here, more than likely, they are financially dependable. And Thai women want a man that's like this. They want a man to take care of them, alleviate the financial burden that they have, and give them their dream life, which obviously consists of houses, businesses, land, gold, designer dresses, designer shoes. You get the drift, yeah? They want a guy to really treat them and really look after them. So you need to have money in order to do this. And if you want to do this, you need to understand that yes, you have gotten involved in a financial relationship, and it doesn't matter whether she works in a bar, she works in a bank, works for the government. If she's interested in a foreign man, she is interested in what you can provide for her. Hi Dan, I am 31 from London, and last year I spent a couple of months in Bangkok. While I was there, I met a Thai woman. She is 33, has no children, and works an office job, and just seemed like a really cool person.
This is my rifle, this is my gun. This is for fighting, this is for fun. This is my rifle, this is my gun. This is for fighting, this is for fun.
We hit it off right away. At the time, I didn't know much about Thai women or the culture since it was my first time in Thailand. But everything with her felt easy and natural. She introduced me to her world pretty quickly. I met her sister and even had lunch with her and her co-workers a few times, which made me feel like she was just a normal Thai woman. We started to spend a lot of time together. We would go out for dinner and even took a weekend trip to Phuket. She's not into the party scene, just overall a chill and fun person to be around. Now, one thing I noticed early on was that I always paid for everything when we went out. It wasn't something we ever talked about. It just felt natural since I knew her salary was not great. She never asked, I just did it. She mentioned that her family is very important to her and she sends money back to them. Eventually, my time in Thailand was up and I had to head back to my home country. Now, before I left, I told her that I was planning to move to Bangkok later this year. On my last night, she stayed with me at my hotel, and the next morning, she drove me to the airport. So, it's been over 3 months now having a long distance relationship. We still talk regularly, but something feels off. Now, I know cheating is common in Thailand, and there have been a few red flags. Some days she blocks me from seeing her Instagram stories and her replies can be late or inconsistent. Because of that, I do not fully trust her. And yes, I am 100% certain that she has no children. But what really confuses me is that she has never asked me for money, not even once. I have watched so many of your videos where Thai women eventually ask their Falang boyfriends for financial help, but I had a somewhat different experience. And I know that money would make a big difference to her life. So, I am wondering, what is really going on here? Is she playing the long game? Or have I found someone different than most? I would really love to hear your take on this, Dan, and what do your viewers think? Now guys, in all honesty, I can really understand the confusion. You've come across a good, smart woman that's cool, funny, kind. She doesn't like to party, or she doesn't appear to like to party or be a big drinker, etc. And you think, hey, I've got a good woman. She's not even asked me for any money. This is fantastic. And because of that, you have chosen to be in a relationship with her, and for the past 3 months, she is supposed to be your girlfriend. However, you have met this woman in Bangkok, and the amount of tourists that flood into Bangkok on a daily basis is unbelievable. And more than likely, if you have managed to get involved with this woman so quickly, she has introduced you to her family, friends, co-workers, etc. And it's made you feel like, wow, she really does like me, and she really is interested in me if she's doing all these things. And I get it, because most guys do feel the same, especially when it's their first time in Thailand and they're still learning. At the end of the day, your experience has come from your own country. And if a woman is treating you nice and taking care of you, being sweet and warm and introducing you to everybody, then yeah, fantastic. Now, there was 2 red flags in your story. The first one was by her. She conveniently told you that she has to send money each and every month back home. So she has already told you that she has a financial issue that is always going to be ongoing. And if she ever has any issues not being able to send that money back to her mum, father, or whoever it is, then obviously that kind of stuff will fall onto you as her boyfriend. As her boyfriend, you are supposed to financially help her, take care of her, look after her, and be that white, shining knight. So believe me, the financial stuff will come at a later date. But this brings me on to red flag number 2. So the second red flag was made by you. You decided to tell her that you are going to move to Bangkok. You are going to move to the place where she lives. And more than likely, she is hoping that that might happen, because then you can live together, you can look after her, you can help her, and your financial obligations will then begin, if they don't begin sooner with any money requests. Now, these women, especially Bangkok women, because they have a lot of experience with foreigners, because they're in the #1 place where everybody lands in Suvarnabhumi, and they get off the plane and they venture out into Bangkok. They jump on the dating sites, meet girls in the bars, etc., etc., etc. And the girls in Bangkok, the women in Bangkok, are normally a lot more smart than anywhere else, because they are constantly around foreigners, and there's constantly new foreigners. The first time to Thailand, they've come into the place, and she would have known it's your first time in Thailand as well. So she is being smart, she's playing it cool, and more than likely you will have those financial obligations. In regards to her Instagram and all that kind of stuff, yeah, you're going to get that with almost anyone here in Thailand. But the reality is, if you decide to state that she is your girlfriend and you are her boyfriend, then that's a big thing. And she's going to expect big things from you. and you need to accept that or not. If you come over here to Thailand and move into Bangkok, get yourself a condo or whatever you're going to do, more than likely, yes, you will move in. You will take care of her. She still will not put her hand in her pocket, maybe now and again, for some cheap food or whatever. But then you are the financier and your job is to take care of her financially. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles over here. So you need to understand and appreciate that if you do move over here, yeah, you're going to be paying for everything. But also the biggest problem is because there are so many foreigners, tourists that are entering into Bangkok, it's going to be very difficult to trust her, because if another guy is wealthier than you, more generous than you, it's a possibility that she could cheat or she could upgrade to that next guy, and they're the dangers that can lie ahead. You don't know if this girl does freelancing work or whatever. You have no idea whatsoever. But with her being in Bangkok, I would state that you have to tread very, very carefully. And to be honest, the way that she introduced you to everybody so fast that she's willing to have a holiday boyfriend basically speaks volumes, and more than likely she's done this before or she's currently doing it with other guys. It's just so easy in a place like Bangkok. There are so many willing guys that are willing to take care of these women, buy them gifts, take them to Phuket like you did. It's free. You're taking her on a holiday. She's enjoying herself. She's having a break. Yeah, she's not hit you with any small financial issues, but more than likely you will get the big issues as your relationships progress and you come back to Thailand and you get closer and closer and closer. These women will read you and they will know whether or not you are going to be scared if any financial requests are going to come now, if it's going to jeopardize the relationship. And a smart, good-looking woman from Bangkok really normally does know how to play the game. So yes, the long game is real, and the most professional women here in Thailand that have played the game for many, many years will do the long game, because the long game you can get big money out of. If you get a guy to fall in love with you and move over to Thailand, you're going to need a house, you're going to need a car, you're going to need a motorbike, you're going to need to establish a brand new life here, and she will definitely get involved in that kind of life. So to keep things simple, you've just got to look at yourself and ask yourself a question. Are you willing to jump into a financial relationship for this woman? Do you love her? Are you really into her? Are you obsessed with her? Do you want to progress down that road where, yeah, it's going to cost you, especially if you move here? So let's hear what other people have to say down in the comments. Now, if you've got your own Thailand story and you want to share it on the channel, then please send an email to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com and I'll share it with everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed the last story. It was 50 minutes long. It took me ages to edit the video and get it live on YouTube. I actually recorded the video a couple of times before I stuck it on YouTube with the final one that you all seen. And that story just basically goes to show that it doesn't matter what job the Thai woman is doing, they are all out for what they can get financially from you as a foreigner. Because at the end of the day, why should they move from their own guys, their own Thai guys, to come over to a foreigner? The reason is because normally you can give more, they can get more from you. And that's normally the only reason. Forget about this white skin, big nose, more handsome. That is total BS. It's because they can generate more from a foreigner. And a foreigner normally isn't as smart as a Thai guy because they've lived around these women all their lives. And you have to take that into account. And if a good-looking woman has not got a rich Thai guy on her arm and she's getting involved with foreigners, you've got to ask yourself, why? I'm going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to go back home because I'm dripping in sweat. It's the middle of the afternoon and I'm ready to get some aircon. Take it easy, guys. look after yourselves, be careful, and understand that if you get involved in a relationship over here in Thailand, more than likely, yeah, it's going to be financial and it's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money. Ciao for now.